Legion M is the world's first fan-owned entertainment company.
What we're doing with Legion M has never been possible before.
We think that an entertainment company owned by fans is better than one owned by Wall Street.
And so we're funding films and TV shows and VR projects collectively as a community. And when we're successful, sharing the reward. You know, being a part of Legion M, whether you invest or not, is being a part of a community that is making a difference in the entertainment industry, supporting and representing original breakthrough content.
Our first project was Colossal, which was an Anne Hathaway, Jason Sudeikis movie.
Holy shit.
Our second project was Mandy, which is a Nicolas Cage movie.
So my whole thing was just about how can I service this vision.
Then we did Bad Samaritan with David Tennant and Dean Devlin.
Dean is known for Stargate and Independence Day, and he hasn't done films like this.
Legion is going to change Hollywood.
Get that tingle? You know you're watching something that's going to change the course of history.
Legion M is an amazing company. It's owned 100% by the fans.
We see fans as having immeasurable power.
What it is that you guys do that's so special is you connect with fans. And that's meaningful for filmmakers and for films to be able to find an audience.
Our goal is 1 million fans unite to take over Hollywood.
If we're able to achieve that, that would give us literally hundreds of millions of dollars to produce movies and television shows that have 1 million fans standing behind them.
That's not a small company in Hollywood. That is one of the most influential companies on the planet.
And it's an amazingly fun process to open the gates of Hollywood and allow people to come in. And if you believe in the power of fans and a fan-owned company, we want you to come join the Legion.
That's why I like these Legion M cats.
I am Legion M.
I am Legion M.
Join the Legion.
Join the Legion.
Join the Legion.
Join the Legion.
Hey everybody, welcome to San Diego Comic-Con 2020. My name is Paul Scanlon. I'm co-founder and CEO of Legion M. We really wish we could be there in person with you today, but we're making the best of it and doing what we have to do, and hopefully we'll all be back together next year. In the meantime, I want to thank everyone on the front lines, all the people that are keeping us safe and really risking their lives to be out there. This is a time that we'll all remember, and it's just something that we got to get through. But at Legion M, it's really important that, for us, the way we look at this is community is more important now than ever. And at Legion M, that's what we're all about. We're first and foremost a community. And you may be asking yourself, well, what is Legion M? What does that mean? Well, we're a fan-owned entertainment company, and we're literally owned by a community of entertainment fans, a fast-growing community of entertainment fans, because we believe an entertainment company should be owned by fans, and we believe that an entertainment company that's owned by fans has competitive advantages over one that's owned by Wall Street or a corporate conglomerate. So we want to unite fans together and give them a voice, get them involved, open the gates to Hollywood, bring them to the set, bring them to the premieres, give them a voice in what content we produce and make, and also, give them a piece of the upside so that, we literally own the company together. So if we're successful, we all succeed together. And we believe that we can be successful because if you look at this industry, the driving force behind this multi-billion dollar entertainment industry that we all love is us. It's our wallets that are buying the tickets and paying the subscriptions, choosing what we watch. So we believe that if we unite individually, each one of us might not have, a great impact on the industry as a whole. But when we band together and when we unite, that's when we can have a disruptive, but, hopefully positive impact on an entertainment industry that we love. So we're looking forward to sharing more about what Legion M is all about in this panel today. But one of my favorite examples is something we did with Stan Lee. And this was, we're over 140,000 people in our community today. And back then, we were much smaller, but we still had an impact. And, we wanted to celebrate Stan Lee and give him the hand and foot imprint that he deserved to have at the Chinese Theater in downtown or in Hollywood. And so, the way the typical industry would do this, the studios would organize to make it happen. Of course, Stan needs to be deserving, which I think everybody agrees that he is. But the studios would have all the executives there and the fans out in the street looking in over the barrier, trying to figure out what's going on inside. And so Legion M said, well, that's not how it should work. We're going to band together and we're going to bring fans in, let them be next to Stan, right by his side, while we immortalize him and give him the recognition that he deserved. It was one of the most memorable days of my life, and I know for all the other fans and Legion M community members that were there, it was just truly an epic day. And then we had a little party that night to celebrate in the Hollywood Hills. So here's a little video that shows you what that was like.
The immeasurable power of fans. It's the driving force behind our new company, Legion M, and it's the reason we're all here today. And no one represents the power of fans more than Stan Lee.
There are a host of proverbs that are used when you describe men who are visionaries. One man said, words have power.
He didn't teach me to read, but he taught me to enjoy reading. He did not teach me to dream, but he gave me so many things to dream about.
The most unbelievable thing to me about Stan Lee is that he never disappoints. His creations don't disappoint. His imagination doesn't disappoint.
He creates moments with each one of us.
Those stories have helped us get through cancer. They have helped us when we were bullied at school. What you have done is godly to a certain extent.
And now, here in this courtyard forevermore, people will know what I've always known, which is you have impossibly big shoes to fill.
I was told to have a few words because there'd be a few people here tonight. Obviously, I love you all. You're all fans.
Stan Lee has taken his vision, placed them inside bubbles, beside pictures with fantastic characters with extraordinary abilities. This has never been exhibited better than when Stan Lee created Black Panther. You have to think about it's beyond civil rights, it's Black empowerment. He has made us believe in those universes, and in doing so, we as humans aspire to be better just like those characters.
One of the things that Stan's been known to say is, with great power
comes great responsibility. And that's something like literally we think about it with the Legion. The fact that we are a collective, we're a group, we're over 15,000 people, and we've got this amazing power, but there's also this amazing responsibility that comes with it.
I've been the luckiest man in the world because I've had friends. Been lucky to have a wonderful wife.
a lot of people call him the Mark Twain or the William Shakespeare of our generation. And I believe that's wholeheartedly
true. Shakespeare was pretty good, too.
Thank you, Stan. Thank you for sharing the incredible worlds of your imagination with us. May we take it ever higher, or in other words, Excelsior!
All right, well, we have an awesome panel for you today. We're excited to introduce you to Legion M, tell you more about what that means. We've got a great overview of our Film Scout program. Also, some of our projects, like Girl with No Name, which was a script that we created a comic book and then went to Kickstarter and ended up becoming one of the most backed comic books in Kickstarter history, which is amazing. And now we're developing that into a feature film. We've got the Left Right Game podcast, which if you haven't heard, that started as a Reddit post, then went to a podcast, and it's now going to an Amazon TV series. So it's another great project at Legion M. We're also going to introduce you to some of the cast of a pretty awesome new movie we have coming up called Archenemy, which we wrapped shooting in earlier this year and has been in post-production. We've got the world premiere of an exclusive teaser just for San Diego Comic-Con. So this is the first time anyone is going to see any bits of this movie. And we're going to introduce you to the cast along the way. So stick around. We've got a kick-ass panel, and looking forward to seeing everyone when we can all get together.
Hi everyone, I'm Zoli Griggs and I play Indigo in the upcoming film Archenemy. Please stay tuned for exclusive content from the film only shown on Legion M.
Hello, Comic-Con. It's Jeff Anderson. I'm the co-founder and president of Legion M, and I wish I was there with you today, but if I can't be there in person, hopefully this is the next best thing for all of us. Legion M is all about figuring out ways that we can harness the power of the fan community. I can think of no better example than our Film Scout program. If you're not familiar with Film Scout, it's an app that we have on iOS and Android that allows all of our investors to help us choose the film that we're going to partner with or even acquire at Sundance.
It's like Tinder, but for Sundance.
Yeah, we did it the first time 2 years ago at Sundance, and we ended up choosing Memory, The Origins of Alien. We partnered with a company called Screen Media, and we literally bought the distribution rights for that film. So we've got a trailer. If we can roll that clip, you can check it out.
Every film is a product of its time and tells you something about the time it was made. There's a special status that comes to some films that lodge in the audience's collective imagination. Alien is certainly one of those films.
Alien is a radical break with science fiction and that sanitized view of space.
Hans Rudy Giger's images, they were sexual, mechanical, biological, and Ridley Scott was a gift from the gods.
Ridley wasn't certain how that was going to happen. All this innards of a cow and the blood.
That was Ridley wanting this to connect to the phobias that come from our ancient past.
They were all thinking about this as more than a science fiction adventure in the future.
There is a commentary in there about what we're doing as human beings.
Questions of where did life come from? What does it mean to be human?
One scratch from global disaster.
It's about those monsters outside the movie theater. It's haunting.
Alien was talking about something that we're still not comfortable addressing.
So that film we got 2 years ago, and like I said, it was all based on the data from the Film Scout app. Now, the way that this works, it's super cool because it's designed to be a way for us to harness the wisdom of the crowd, but it's also designed to be a game that's fun for you. The way that we do it is we took all the films at Sundance, there were 128 this year, and we consolidate as much information as we can. The plot line, the cast, the crew, the IMDb links. And so we aggregate all that into one place and we present it to you. We present it 2 at a time. And we ask you to rate and evaluate both of the films on a scale of 1 to 5 stars. We ask you to choose, if they were both playing at the same time, which one would you watch? All of that information comes in and is data that we use. And that's all opinion-based data. Your opinion is exactly as valuable as mine or anybody else's. The second thing, though, that we do, and this is where the game comes in, is we also ask you to predict how you think everybody else playing the game is going to rate these films. And that's something that we can grade. So when you play Film Scout, we actually, when it's all done, we release a score and you can see exactly where you stack up in the leaderboard of thousands of people around the world that were playing the game, how you stack up as a Film Scout. And not only that, but we invite the cream of the crop, like the top 5% of our scouts get invited to join our Elite Scout program. And that means that they get access to other scouting opportunities in the future. So it's a great way to, for us to give our fans, our community, a voice in what we're doing. They're literally selecting the films that we're going to get involved with. But B, it also allows us to harness the wisdom of the crowd so that it's not my opinion versus Paul's and Terry's and David's. It's literally thousands of people around the world. And we think it allows us to make better, smarter decisions for us and all of our shareholders. This year, when we came back in 2020, we did it even bigger and better than before. We had about twice as many votes on the system. And we ended up partnering with a company called Bleecker Street for a movie called Save Yourselves. Now, we didn't buy the rights to Save Yourselves. Bleecker Street bought the rights. One of the things that we did this year is because that film won Sundance, it was literally the #1 ranked film in Film Scout, we presented the 2 writers and directors of the film an award.
As a Film Scout award winner, we have a little treat for you. Taylor, do you want to cue the music?
Cue the music. It's back.
Is it going?
It's going.
So on behalf of all of the Legion M Film Scouts from around the world, some of whom were in Park City and have seen your movie, many of whom were participating from home, but were telling us of all the movies at Sundance, if they were there, your movie was one of the movies that they most wanted to see. And so, without further ado, we have an award to present you. Taylor, is the music going?
Oh, it's going.
Yeah, I can see in the chat, Paul. The music is going.
The music's definitely
All right,
going.
So this is it. This is the award. You can see it's got some Scout dogs on top and a
Hang on, let me
celebrated man. But that's not all. It keeps going. And can you see this? And so it's Film Scout, Legion M Film Scout, all the way up. Let's see if I've got enough headspace. And then also the wings of victory. You are victorious. And then there's a nice little inscription there. Hold on, let me get this right. So congratulations to you. Yeah.
It's stunning. Wow. It's speechless.
What a thrill.
Well, we thought that given that this was chosen with 120,000 votes, we needed something with gravitas that was representative. And you can see the Emmy in the background with Paul. This is worth at least 4 Emmys.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, there's no comparison.
Step up their game.
Which trophy would you rather have? I'm taking this trophy any day of the week.
If you haven't had a chance to check out Film Scout, I encourage you to do so. It's a free app that you can download on Android and iOS. And right now, if you go into the app, you're going to see the 2020 Sundance data. So that obviously is done. We've processed all that data, but you can use it as training and get yourself in shape so that the next time a scouting opportunity rolls around, you will be ready for it. So thank you so much, and we hope to see you there.
The premise of the movie is that a couple, John and Sunitha, go upstate to be off the internet for a week, and then aliens attack. That was really like the whole idea for a while.
I thought it was great.
Alex thought it was funny, and so we teamed up and made it into a script and hopefully made it into a little bit more than just a silly idea. And then we got these clowns on board, and then it became a silly idea again.
For John and Sunitha, how did you get involved? How did you discover the script, and what was your reaction to it?
I loved the script. I thought it was really funny. I know Alex and Eleanor from days of yore. We're good friends, but I respect them equally as creators and co-directors. It's not just because we're friends that I wanted to be involved. I was like dying to be involved. So I was happy when it worked out. And I had just, by nature of being friends, I had heard of the idea, but and was really into it and excited for them to at every step of the way, even though I wasn't officially, I guess, involved.
We didn't tell Sunitha at the start, but we did write it for her. We just didn't. It took a while to be like, how to approach this professionally and do everything right.
So we're really good friends for a long time, but I wanted to make sure that the script was good enough before we showed it to her.
Right.
I was so excited.
And then she said yes.
Yeah, I was totally into it. Probably a year before it was like all officially coming together, and I was just so excited to feel like it involved along the way, and very excited when John was able to do it too. We're buds, so.
Yes. Hello. Feels good to be here. I got involved in the project, I guess through a mutual friend, John Early. He had texted me about it first, and then I saw the script from Alex and Eleanor, and it was really funny. And they said they're going to get Sunitha involved. And I had known Sunitha from the New York comedy scene, and was already a big fan and friends with her. So it was pretty easy, and we had a camera test day, and it was really fun and sort of effortless. So it was really nice to be able to act alongside of a friend and someone that you could trust to be good.
John was our first and only choice for Jack ever. Yeah. We were very excited that he wanted to be a part of it.
Hi, I'm Tanya Wexler. I'm the director of the feature film and comic book Girl with No Name that we're in development on now. The script for the feature film was written by Alex Renner-Ravello. He won the screenwriting prize at the Slam Dance Film Festival. Girl with No Name tells the story of an orphan girl who's adopted by her bounty hunter uncle after her parents are killed. The uncle has no idea how to raise a young girl, so he teaches her the only thing he knows: how to shoot. One day, a band of outlaws kills the uncle, and the now teenage girl sets out disguised as a boy on a path to take vengeance. In the comic, we meet her at the beginning of this quest. What I love about this movie, about this comic, is the chance to get to see a young woman who is in that hero position.
It's been difficult getting Hollywood to pay attention to a female-led action Western movie. But we know the story needs to be told, and we know there's a fan base. So we thought of a comic. And then we reached out to Legion M.
Legion M is the world's first fan-owned entertainment company. With a female director, producer, and of course a female-driven lead, we would have been crazy not to put together a book with an all-female artist team. And it makes me so happy to say that.
When I started working on the story and reading about these characters, I kind of got attached to them. They're really great characters. I really like this story because it talks about inner strength. It doesn't matter who you are or where you are. If you want to do something, you're gonna stick to your guns and do it.
Hi everyone, it's Terry Luberoff. I'm the COO and head of content at Legion M. You just saw me in the video, probably wearing the same shirt but different hair because we are COVID hair friendly right now. Yeah, I think no matter where you are or who you are, sticking to your guns and going and doing something is the definition of our project Girl with No Name. This was the little script that could. Tanya Wexler and Laura Ivey picked it up out of a screenwriting competition at Slam Dance. It won Slam Dance. And it's a wonderful story. And just needed to find its audience. And it really is important to Legion M to open the gates to Hollywood. So when we were thinking about, okay, what kinds of projects do we want to be doing, we were constantly looking at our Facebook members only feed. And these questions kept bubbling up to the surface every once in a while. And it was, would you ever do a Western? And would you ever consider doing a Western with a female lead? And when we talked to Tanya and Laura and said, hey, what do you have on your plate? And they said, we have Girl with No Name. It's a Western with a female lead. We were in. It was an easy decision. And what's so exciting about it is producing a comic book like this It's not an easy thing, but we were able to do it with an all-female artist team, which we were very proud of. But also, we were able to open up the development process for Girl with No Name by offering the comic book on Kickstarter for pre-sales. So it went up on Kickstarter. Anybody who participated in the campaign and bought a book, and here's a copy. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's, there we go. There you go. Anybody who participated in the campaign not only got a copy of the book, but they also got an invitation to a development meeting with the director and the producer and myself to talk about what our plans were for the feature film, which we're currently in development on. And one of the people who asked a question was Legion M investor Alicia Davis, and here is her question.
Will there be an opportunity for those of us already in the industry, I am SAG, I know there's others who are not, to be able to submit for some of the smaller stuff? Because I know some of the big things we need some big name people, but it'd be really cool if some of the Legion who has experience has a chance to audition. Obviously we can't just be given it, but we'd like the fighting chance to try.
Oh, that's really, I get that, and I think as soon as we have a casting director on board,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that there'll be a way to, I'm sure, submit, headshots and everything so that there can be, because it's actually a pretty big cast.
There are about 50 speaking roles in the movie at the moment, so there will be lots of opportunity. We'll make sure that Legion M lets everybody know who is a fan of a process. We'll do a process for sure.
So that's a perfect example of how Legion M opens the gates to Hollywood for our members and investors. And we're so excited to have worked with Kickstarter on that project. To this day, it is the most backed comic book in Kickstarter history. We hope to have a lot more projects like that coming up. And I think now is the time to talk about the amazing podcast, The Left Right Game, which our director of social media, Taylor Gledhill, will walk you through.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Taylor Gledhill, and I run social media for Legion M. I am so excited to talk to you about one of our latest projects, The Left Right Game, that we've partnered with our friends over at Q-Code Media to help serve straight to your ears. This podcast is really, really awesome. It's produced and stars Tessa Thompson. They actually have to put a disclaimer at the beginning of every episode so that you're not operating heavy machinery while you're listening to it, just because sounds are coming from all directions. So how about instead of me describing it any further, we just listen to the trailer and you guys can take a listen for yourselves.
The game appeared on a paranormal message board with very simple rules. Get in your car and take a drive. Take a left, then the next possible road on the right, then the next possible left. Repeat process ad infinitum.
There's a hitchhiker on the road. Now you pick him up, you take him where he needs to go, but you do not, under any circumstance, do not talk to him. Ever.
What the hell are we heading into?
I have no idea.
Look, I ain't asking you to believe me, but I told you. This street, this is your last chance.
As ridiculous as it might sound, I think my friend may have documented her own disappearance. If you know anyone involved in this story, any of the locations mentioned, anything I can use to get in touch with Alice, please don't hesitate to contact me. Were you in the area on February the 7th of this year? Did you meet or speak with a girl called Alice Sharman? Has anyone heard of the Left-Right Game?
The Left-Right Game is a new audio drama from Q-Code, starring and produced by Tessa Thompson. Listen to the first episode on March 23rd. Subscribe to the show for free wherever you find your favorite podcasts. You can also learn more at qcodemedia.com or by following @qcodemedia. Experience brilliant room-filling sound with Sonos. Expand your audioverse at sonos.com.
Spine-tingling, to say the least. Would you not agree? This podcast actually has a really interesting backstory surrounding it too. It was originally written on Reddit in the No Sleep thread by writer-creator Jack Anderson. He posted it there and it blew up. And then, of course, Q Code found it, developed it into the podcast that you just heard a small snippet of. And then it even went further from there. It is now optioned in a 7-figure deal by Amazon to become a television series. So Jack's working on that as well. We actually caught up with Jack Anderson on our Twitch channel, legionm.tv. Why don't we take a listen to some of his AMA? Jack, would you mind giving us just like a brief insight into the story of the Left-Right game for those who don't know?
Sure, yeah. So the Left-Right game was very much born out of kind of my love of podcasts, etc., that existed around the world at the time. And it is about a very ambitious podcast journalist who goes to meet with kind of a very eccentric paranormal investigator called Rob J. Guthard. And he is investigating an urban legend called the Left-Right game, which is a very simple kind of vehicular ritual. It basically involves your car. You get in your car and you drive, and if you take a left and then the next possible right and then the next possible left and continue, you will eventually get to somewhere strange. The road basically leads you somewhere. A very, very simple ritual. And she's incredibly skeptical of it. And then as they play together, the kind of idea of whether it's real, whether it's a hoax, etc., comes up. I think that's it. I never had to pitch it, to be honest, weirdly.
How amazing is that, first of all?
I've been getting better at pitching generally.
Jack, have you ever done the Left-Right game?
I don't have a legal driver's license. I don't know. I've never owned a car. I don't know how to drive. So if I ever try, then I'm breaking the law. So no. I had to use a lot of imagination to invent a plausible driving narrative, because it was certainly not from experience.
That's funny.
That's
Did you ever
hilarious.
try it out? Did you like hop in an Uber and you're like, okay, this is going to sound weird, but what I need you to do.
That would be the most expensive Uber ever.
So you cannot do, so the Left-Right game, it kind of says this point kind of very early on. It's like an episode 1 thing, very simple rules, but not very easy to do, because sometimes there won't be a left turn if you need one, or sometimes, you'll be stopped at a dead end, etc. And for those reasons, I don't think it's possible in London at all, because London is just a maze of streets, but then the Blitz made it even worse. So I don't think there's anywhere where you can go more than 3 or 4 streets.
No kidding.
I think England's locked out of the Left-Right game completely, pretty much. Yeah.
Did you anticipate that it would get as big as it has? Or did you just post it thinking that would be it?
I think it would have been incredibly arrogant of me to have assumed early on that it was going to. I'd love to have that level of confidence. That would be great. But no, I didn't post it thinking Tessa Thompson's going to be in this. Just you wait.
Jack is awesome. We are so excited to be working with him and the team at Q Code on the Left-Right game. And if you haven't checked it out, go find it on your favorite podcast streaming service. You won't regret it. It's an incredible 10-part series. And while you're at it, go and check out legionm.tv, our Twitch channel. Give it a like, a follow, and a subscribe. Ring the bell. Get those email notifications whenever we go live. We always have such amazing guests coming on to answer your questions and talk about what it's like working in the industry. We've had television writers like Eric Dietl, one of the staff writers on the DC Universe show Doom Patrol. We've had Joe Manganiello on to talk about his Death Saves Heavy Metal Dungeons & Dragons streetwear line, which was really cool. Author Brian Stavely come on to talk about The Emperor's Blades, a book series that we're developing right here at Legion M. All right, everybody, thanks so much for taking the time. Wish we could be at San Diego Comic-Con in person, but stay healthy, stay safe, and the internet is what we make of it, so be nice to each other in the comments. See ya.
Yo, what's up? This is Skyland Brooks, and I play Hamster from the upcoming film Archenemy. So stay tuned, because we got some exclusive content for the film that we're only sharing with Legion M. Alright, check it out. Peace.
Hello, San Diego Comic-Con. I am so excited to be here with you today. My name is Mandy, and I am the Vice President of Licensing and Merchandising for Legion M Entertainment. What my fancy title really means is that I get to be as nerdy as I possibly could ever dream of being, and I get to bring amazing products to life through our retail partners, through our licensee partners, and through our e-commerce website at shop.legionm.com. On our e-commerce website, you can find everything from products for Mandy, no relation by the way, the Nicolas Cage film that came out a few years ago, and for Jay and Silent Bob, for Girl with No Name, for Emperor's Blades, all of our projects that we do, you can find amazing products up there. And what we try to do with our e-commerce website is to bring you products that you may not normally see in the retail space, such as signed scripts or signed posters. Sometimes we have really limited edition products that you can only get for a very limited time until they're sold out. And this time, I'm so excited to be able to bring to the San Diego Comic-Con crowd a brand new item from our film Mandy, which is the Nicolas Cage film. And that is the Cheddar Goblin plush is finally here. Look how creepy he is with his jacked up teeth and his yellow eyes. He's gonna throw up all over you with some mac and cheese because that's what he does. So excited about this guy. He's been a passion project for a while and he's super detailed with all of his little nuances. And this is the box that it comes in. You can either keep him in here because you're one of those collectors, or you can take him out and put him on your bed because what else are you gonna do with him? Another thing that I'm really excited to talk to you guys about is our partnership with Entertainment Earth for San Diego Comic-Con. We love Entertainment Earth as you all do, as everyone does. Entertainment Earth brings you some incredible products, especially for all the cons and exclusives. So we've partnered with them to bring you exclusive merchandise and some bundles you can only get for this con. So please go check out what Entertainment Earth has to offer, and you can support Legion M projects and see all of our really cool products, as well as the Cheddar Goblin plush that was just released, and some of our other IPs that we're excited to show you. Another thing that I'm really looking forward to letting you know about is the Movies pop-up. If you're not aware yet, there is a real life in Hollywood on Santa Monica Boulevard, a Jay and Silent Bob Movies. A real restaurant, real place that serves incredible food that you can literally visit right now. Of course, they are being super careful with all the social distancing and being, following all the guidelines, all that good stuff. But you can go to moviespopup.com right now and you can make an appointment to go in and get your movies and take all the pictures you could ever dream of. They have a bunch of really cool merch that we partnered on with them. So there's exclusive t-shirts, there's a Movies golden calf plush that is so freaking cute. There is all kinds of really cool stuff. There's pins, there's a button-up t-shirt that is a fun employee shirt, there's hats, all kinds of cool stuff. So if you can't visit Hollywood, if you can't get to the pop-up, don't worry, it's understandable. You can still be part of the magic by going to shop.legionm.com and go to the Movies pop-up collection page, or you can go to moviespopup.com and go to the merch section. It'll take you there as well, and you can shop all of the really awesome merch that is there to offer and be part of the magic. Guys, San Diego Comic-Con, I'm so sorry we're not in person this year, but we're together in our hearts. I love you all, and happy con!
Hey everybody, this is David Baxter, Vice President of Development for Legion M, coming to you from my man cave during the pandemic. Well, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. We're going to be showing you an exclusive teaser for our upcoming project with SpectreVision, Archenemy. Are you excited? I'm excited. You've already had a chance to meet some of the cast. Zoli Griggs, who stars as Indigo, and Skyland Brooks, who plays Hamster. But we've got one more surprise guest for you, the amazing Joe Manganiello, to introduce our Legion M exclusive Archenemy teaser.
Hey everybody, Joe Manganiello here, and I play Max Fist in Archenemy. Now, as a lot of you know, growing up I was an avid comic book reader. And after decades of reading stories about the superhero mythos in mainstream comics, a new breed of creator came onto the scene. This time serving an increasingly sophisticated audience with challenging and ultra-human stories that deconstructed and reimagined the genre. Writers like Alan Moore, Grant Morrison, Frank Miller, just to name a few, represented the new wave of revisionist superhero creators in an era that had grown saturated and was ready for a breakthrough. Now, Archenemy was born out of us posing the question, what would a superhero new wave look like in cinema? So to be clear, this is not a superhero movie, but it is a movie about superheroes. Now please sit back and enjoy this exclusive first look at Archenemy.
Wasn't that awesome? Gotta tell you, we were so excited to re-team with Spectre Vision. We had such a great experience on Mandy, and to get a chance to work with an up-and-coming talent like Adam Egypt Mortimer, who had just done Daniel Isn't Real, just, it like clicked every box. It was just super fun, and the idea of doing kind of an anti-superhero movie was just right for Legion M. One of the great things about Legion M working on Archenemy is that we were involved from the very, very beginning of production. And what I mean by that is our investors actually got to go to set, appeared in scenes, and one of our investors, his car is actually like the hero car in the movie. It was a really unique experience for them, and we're really grateful to Spectre Vision and Joe and the cast and everybody who was so awesome and welcoming.
Hi, Joseph Simon. I'm from Yuba City, which is just north of Sacramento, California, and I've been an investor since the very first round.
Hi, my name is Steve Ritchie, and I invested in Legion M at round 4. I'm from Mendocino, California.
My friend Karma won her set visit, and she asked me to be her +1, and I was just amazed, and it was awesome. And I was like, yes, of course I'll come. I would love to come see, some of the films that we're investing in.
I work on small independent films, and I've been on a few sets. This is definitely the largest set I've been on.
I'm just excited to see some scenes and then be able to see them in the finished product and just have the knowledge of like, ooh, I was there for that.
It's a group of people that are all very passionate about what they do, and I'm very happy to be a part of that.
One of the best things about Legion M is just the inclusion, the opportunity to be involved if you want to be, and the openness that everyone from the company has had in welcoming those of us in the investors.
I'm excited to see just a little window into how everything's done and to meet the crew behind Legion M, and just happy to be here.
We are Legion M.
This just doesn't happen every day. It's like, getting a chance to be a part of Hollywood. Thanks everybody for joining us for this panel. Legion M is a community that transcends physical places. We would all love to be at San Diego Comic-Con right now, talking with you, doing all the fun things that we do with you. But we're doing the best we can. We hope that you are all staying safe. And I'll end with, we are Legion M.